If you're an OG Good fan, this video is going to be very nostalgic for you because we're playing the front nine of Twin Creeks. So if you followed them back then in their individual channel, they would play this course all the time, and I think they always played like a Twilight deal because they really only got like the first 6 or 7 holes every single time. If you remember, there was a specific house on a certain hole that just never seemed like it was going to get finished. Well, we got some updates on that, so make sure you stick around for that. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, I'm Earn.Golf. This is my journey to scratch, and this is part of a series where we essentially evaluate a round of golf and figure out what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, and yeah, and just kind of try to improve from that. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Alright guys, if you watched the last video, we actually shot 6 over par and we started on number 10. So we're making the turn here onto number 1, playing relatively good golf. Just made a couple mistakes that cost us a ton of strokes.
So smart. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, nice.
So we hit a pretty good shot up the fairway and we got on. We had about 15 feet for birdie here and just barely missed it. This was sort of our first draw of the day and I wasn't expecting it, so it was a bit of a double cross. Luckily it didn't clear the green and we still had a putt, but it was pretty long. I think we had about 55 feet for birdie here. We did not start it nearly high enough. Left us about an 8-footer to save our par. And let's go, baby. That was a huge putt. This hole's actually playing into wind, and it's pretty long. For me, at least.
Great shot.
Ball only went about 230 yards. It wasn't a very long drive, but it was straight down the middle. I wasn't sure if the ball was going to cover the bunker there, but it did, and left us a pretty good birdie look here. It was way faster than this looks, and we were scared of it and left it short. But a nice little tap in par will take any day of the week. Now number 5, this is number 4. What a blow up hole. That's all I'm gonna say. I was trying to look cool for the drone that was flying up above. We hit this awful slice that went into the trees. So we decided to take a drop. And we got 215 yards to this green. Hit a 3-wood and it sliced on us. If you see on the left, that's the house, guys. That's a freaking house. That was a greenhouse. Now it's massive and it's beautiful. But quite honestly, the property taxes that they probably pay on that thing are like absurd. They're probably like $30,000 a year at least. Check it out though, it's beautiful. But yeah, terrible chip shot there. And then I was so scared I just decided to putt it. We came up super short. We came up like 30 feet short. And then we didn't go through our routine, so it's a huge mental error. It goes straight down the hill. And I have like a 10-footer to save my double, and it lips out. We hit a really nice 3-wood up here. It actually drew on me and it went a little further left than we thought, but we ended up in a pretty good spot. We caught a pretty lucky break. That's another green in regulation and a good look at birdie. But we didn't give it enough and gave it too much break. Look Look at that athleticism now. A really short par 3. And we got it on. We actually hit a pretty good shot. But you're going to see the defense of this hole here in a second. But first, check this out. All 3 of us hit awesome shots. But only one person made birdie.
That is tight.
Check out this putt. It wasn't that bad of a putt. It might have been a little jerky. But look at that. I was left with like a 4-footer that was breaking 2 balls. Right. But we hit it. We pulled it. Very off balance. Ugly swing, but it ended up working out. You can see the ball bouncing there, and it caught the downslope. So it ended up rolling out to about 300 yards. Leaving us only 195 into this green on a par 5. Kind of bailed out right here.
He's right by me.
I kind of tried to flop it, but I hit it way too far left.
Oh, yours didn't take it as much. Come on. Yeah.
And then this putt was scary. Take a look at how fast it is and how much it breaks.
Come on in. Come on in.
We hit a really good putt there.
Dang it. Par?
Kind of a nervy tee shot with water left, but we hit one straight down the pipe. And only leaves us with about 125 yards into this pin. We hit this ugly shot again. That was like the 3rd time or 4th time it had happened that day. I was really tired of it. Choose to putt it. It's really fast downhill, but we left it like 15 feet short. And then of course you blow it past, so we blew it like 6 feet past here. But then we made the comebacker, so that's awesome. I didn't want to get stuck behind this tree over here on the left, so I hit 3-wood.
That's perfect. Nice shot.
And then of course I get stuck behind the tree on the left. I didn't think it was, but I should have hit a low shot and I hit a high shot and it caught the branches. And I was 15 yards short of this green. Gave it way too much, blowing it about 25 feet past. And I did not realize it was this quick. And now we have a 5-footer to save our bogey. And we missed it. So very unfortunate there, but still a really good round. Guys, stick around for the stats and we'll go over strokes gained as well.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me out.
Absolutely, dude.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, whenever, if you ever want to play.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed that round. Let's just quickly go over the stats. We shot 12 over par, and it was kind of a funky round. I actually had the most amount of pars I've ever had on a round of golf and the least amount of bogeys, but I shot an 84, which is right at my average score. So it was kind of interesting in that sense. I mean, we had 3 blow-up holes, 2 triples, and a double, and I strongly believe that in each of those, we could have at least taken off 1 shot. Looking at the 9 that we just played, hit 5 out of 7 good drives. So again, what I determined to be a good drive is one that's kind of far enough and doesn't compromise me hitting a green in regulation. So we hit 5 out of 7 good drives, so I was pretty happy about that. Greens in regulation was 6 out of 9. 6 out of 9 is awesome, but these greens are also massive. So this is actually going into our putting stat, which we had a ton of putts. I think, so just looking at this, we had 2 3 putts and the rest were 2 putts and no 1 putts. Quite honestly, our lag putting was pretty good, except for the 2 holes where we just completely let go of our routine. But the greens were just so massive that I just didn't have any really good looks at birdie. And then the ones that I did have, I didn't make. So the putting, even though I think my putting stats showed to be kind of bad, I still think it was a pretty good round. Like, I felt really happy about the way that I was putting the ball, especially my lag putting. And I had a lot of really good comeback putts. You know, a couple 5-footers. I had that 8-footer on that par 3. So a lot of positives in my opinion. Up and downs were not good. We had 0 out of 3. And we need to get that number up to like 50%. And I think we only had 1 out of 7 up and downs for the round. So that's a huge void in our game that we need to take care of. And then for my mental game, I mentioned in my last video, I think this is so important. And because it doesn't matter how you're playing, it doesn't matter the conditions, it doesn't matter the course, like, you should be able to have a good mental game every single round because you're in full control of it, right? So again, I had a 7. I'm gonna give myself a 7 out of 9. Just 2 holes where I just completely blew away my routine. So I'm pulling up here the Arco stats, and this is my strokes gained for the entire round. So I lost 11.5 strokes to a 0 handicap. My driving was actually really good, so we were hitting it pretty far. We had 1 penalty shot off the tee, and otherwise it would have been a positive strokes gained. My approach game was really weak, and you can obviously see that I hit a lot of greens, yes, but whenever I was missing greens, I was missing them bad. And then also, like, anytime I did hit a green, I wasn't very close to the hole either. So my approach game wasn't that great, and we lost over 4 strokes there. Now for my short game, we lost 2.7 strokes, and like I said, I mean, we only got up and down 1 out of 7 times, which is just unacceptable. We need to get better at that. And then my putting, I lost 4.2 strokes there. Quite honestly, I think inside of 10 feet, we were actually pretty good. I think I only lost 0.6 strokes, but it was outside of that. I just wasn't making anything past 10 feet. I had a lot of like 20-foot looks, and I mean, you're gonna make 5% of those anyway, but we just had no luck making those today. Guys, if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give me a like. Again, this is Earned on Golf. This is my journey to scratch, but I don't want to take on this journey by myself. I need you guys to come support me, and hopefully by me showcasing everything that I'm going through, you can learn a lot from it too. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video. Next week's video is actually a lesson. I take a short game lesson with the same pro that I've been taking lessons with, and it's been so cool. I think that's kind of a weakness of my game, quite honestly. Even though my stats sometimes don't show it, I really do never feel that comfortable over wedge shots. And my technique is kind of weird. You kind of see me like really drop down, and I'm just kind of like hitting and hoping a lot of the times, and that's sort of going away. So I've been putting a ton of emphasis inside of 100 yards. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Enjoy your week, guys. Take care.